everybody. It's Leslie Klein with Good Vibes TV, the live stream edition. I've got a special guest to introduce you to. Her name is Michelle Joy. She is a somatic activated healer and life coach, and we just finished doing our interview on our show that'll probably come up on Good Vibes TV in about 2 weeks. So, what thing is cool about doing this live stream is that you can actually comment if you're on Facebook or YouTube or LinkedIn even. Go ahead and comment right in the comments. I can see those and ask those questions to our guest here. So I want to bring on the screen Michelle Joy. Michelle, it was wonderful interviewing you today and learning all about somatic activated healing. So for our audience, can you briefly describe what somatic activated healing is and why you love it so much?
Yes, thank you. It has been so much fun. So somatic means body. So we're working with the body for healing. So in traditional therapy, you're working with the mind and the stories. And in somatic activated healing, you're setting aside the stories and you are tapping into what are the emotions I'm experiencing in my body? What do they feel like? And clearing out trapped hidden emotions and past traumas out of the body so you can raise your vibration and see more from a lens of truth and that you are not your old stories and be free from them.
Yes, and we actually went through a short little exercise of scanning the body and then doing some breath work. We're not going to go through that right now. I want people to watch the actual episode to learn about learn those techniques so you could use them. But one thing I found fascinating, and I guess it's one part of the somatic activated healing, is shaking the body. So we hear about how emotions get trapped in the body. If we don't feel an emotion and let it out, it actually gets stored and trapped in the body. And can you talk about that, how that works and why and how most people don't understand that?
Yeah. So it has to do with your nervous system. You have as this sympathetic nervous system increases, you become more stressed, your breath becomes faster. And when you activate the parasympathetic nervous system, you become more relaxed, your breathing is slower, you become more peaceful. And so, if you are in a situation where you're not allowed to work with your body, or you don't know how to work with your body for regulating your nervous system, then you can have the nervous system wound up too tight, essentially, and have that trauma ingrained in it. And so, as you work through the somatic practices, for rewiring your nervous system with the breath work, the shaking, the meditation. You just become more in a homeostasis state of being more peaceful, more centered in your body. And when I began meditating years ago, I started with learning from Dr. Joe Dispenza. And I actually noticed when I'd get into a really relaxed state, my body would start shaking. And I did not know what was going on. I thought it was weird. I was looking up, why am I shaking in meditation? And that's when I found that I was releasing trauma. So my body, once I had gotten so relaxed in that state, it was naturally on its own wanting to shake and release. And so that is something that we intentionally do in somatic activated healing for rewiring the nervous system, for clearing out old energy, is shaking for a minute or two, head to toe, just letting loose. And so, yeah, that's part of it.
So sometimes we see this in nature, right? When an animal has an encounter, traumatic encounter or something, they just like shake. So is that
Yeah.
like nature's way of handling trauma like that?
Yes, exactly. If a cheetah was chasing, and the animal was frightened, and they got away, they would be shaking off the excess energy because their fight or flight has been activated. They needed that adrenaline to escape the situation. And then as they come back down, they can shake it off. So we as humans still have, similar things in that we need to release the excess energy in order to calm ourselves back down. And so, yeah, it's very, very similar.
I found there was one time a meeting I went to, and I was so stressed out about it that my adrenaline, my epinephrine, whatever it was, I was like shaking, and I didn't like that feeling because I felt kind of funny,
Yeah.
being in this group with this, But so I understand it's the parasympathetic nervous
Yeah.
system. So and it's children, and I guess I hear the children in the background. Um, naturally, when we're kids, we're used to making noises and shaking things off, and and is that naturally how we should process emotions?
Yeah, when kids, we need to let them stomp their feet, you know, be with them as they're processing their emotions and letting them out. So yeah, they naturally know. And my husband's with my kids right now, so yeah, my little girl.
Aw, you've got 4 kids, right?
Yeah, I do.
That's so awesome. And you're actually in, is it Idaho
Uh-huh.
where you
I'm
live?
in Idaho, Twin Falls, Idaho.
Very cool. So what's neat is that anybody can work with you, right? Because you do the sessions via the internet, or do
Yeah.
you only do it in person?
Yeah, I do everything on the internet, Zoom. So, yep, I can work with you from all around the world.
That's awesome. It's important to be able to work on emotions and breath work and have a life coach to work with to work through these traumas. I have your website on the screen, michellejoy.heal.com/services to learn about the different services you offer. You work with one-on-one. Do you do groups as well? Do you have classes?
Yeah, I do. I do group classes, workshops, and then on one-on-one, we can dive deeper into clearing out any repressed emotions specific to you. So I do both.
That's awesome. And the other thing you talked about a little bit is the energy blueprint or human design. Talk a little bit about that because that's, I think, a fairly new system, maybe.
Yeah, so human design, it's a combination of astrology, quantum physics. It's a blueprint of your energy that you were born with. So I can help you to understand yourself on a much deeper level. And for me, I found out the way that my aura works. I am meant to be a guide. It's in my aura. I'm able to understand other people and see how patterns play out for them, and it's a natural ability I have. So you can find out aura type and how to best work with your energy and your unique skills, even um, also what you're meant to be learning in this life. It's all written in your human design, so it's extremely interesting, and something I love to help people with.
Is it a quiz that a person takes to go through the human design process, or how does it actually work?
For learning your human design chart, we just need to know your exact minute of birth and place. So it's similar to
Oh,
astrology.
I gotcha.
Mhm.
Okay, so like astrology, when you were born, there was a blueprint that, well, I guess like astrology talks about one thing, but human design is more maybe suited for today.
Yeah, it's very similar, and I do like astrology too, but it goes into more of how your energy works. Um, whether you're meant to have sustainable energy, whether you're meant to be a guide. There's just so much to it that's about
Yeah.
how to utilize your own energy levels best and tap into your nature instead of trying to be someone you're not and getting more burnt out, which was something I didn't understand about my energy, and has helped me a lot to learn how to use best.
So kind of be in alignment with the blueprint that you came into this life with. So you're working with your strengths and not, you know, uh, with your weaknesses. So that makes sense.
Exactly.
Very
Exactly.
cool. Human design. I love that. All
Yeah.
right. Well, I don't see any comments from anyone right now live, but a lot of times people watch the replay. So I do want to put your website back on here. And this is the one that has the services. You also have one that's the homepage. So people can go to michellejoyheal.com/home to learn more about you and your offerings. And in a couple of weeks, you'll be seeing the full episode on Good Vibes TV. So, Michelle, do you have any other messages for anyone before we leave?
Yeah, I just want to say thanks for watching, and I look forward to connecting with you.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, thank you, Michelle, for this opportunity to speak with you and let the world know about your beautiful gifts that you have to offer the world and help us raise our vibration. So, appreciate you so much.
Thank you, Leslie. Thanks so
Oh,
much.
you're welcome. Thank you, everybody, for watching, and we will talk to you soon.